those who don't know, again, we've seen LYON on the B stream already, but MIBR.LOS is in fact lost from the CBLOL, but they're competing here at EWC under the Made in Brazil brand, because again, for the club championship, the organization umbrella matters for getting those championship points. So if you're wondering, wait, who is this organization? What is this logo?
MIBR.LOS, yeah, MIBR.LOS, bro. MIBR.LOS in the most disturbing way possible, too. They had an insane draft. They had a 4K gold lead. They had a Hextech Soul. Hextech Soul, brother. Hextech Soul.
Genuinely, yes.
They had the best Kaiser draft of all time.
They've learnt that, they've read the play, and they're banning it away. However, that then leaves Nocturne open, who was the previous favored support sort of tank engage. But enough about that. We've got a Nocturne picked up here for LYON. They've prioritized that.
I think Nocturne's quite good into Cassio.
Nocturne, I think people are beginning to...
Nocturne has good interaction into Cassio.
Where we got some very aggressive junglers. Of course, LCP as well. I got a very big frown from Logan. Of course, an LCB, which is completely correct, by the way, because I think a lot of people for a long time viewed Nocturne as a level 6 only jungler. Get to level 6 as fast as you can. The thing is, Nocturne's level 1 is...
Zest is a crazy name, bro. Zest and Feisty?
You're in melee range, and
bro.
therefore you don't need the dash.
Exactly.
Zest and Feisty. Holy, bro, these are the spice girls I hear, bro.
But if it does, we'll be having a very different conversation.
And I heard a story, I think if
yeah, Zest and Feisty.
Like auto hover the Kaiser or something. It's like a dual hover.
All right, that's the Jayce lock in. I don't mind that.
I want to say already strong.
Viktor probably more durable into Vi than the other one, in my opinion.
Definitely making her presence known in Split 2. She's now being flexed to that bot side in this mage meta, and Vi, that
Ziggy, bro. I hope Saint ain't playing this shit, bro. His Ziggs game was awful. His Ziggs game was terrible. Guys, if you want to support the channel, download over to GX. I would appreciate that.
Outranged the Cassiopeia because Cass beats a lot of people right now. Theoretically, Syndra is actually the best answer to Cassiopeia from what I've heard from
Camille, unironically, you know, Leona, Poppy is out, like Camille, a lot of the answers are gone, and you get to ban 2 more, you know.
Locked in. Camille Vi is...
I would ban Isles Alistar, bro.
Camille,
I swear.
Or rather...
Isles Alistar is dangerous.
That way around. And then Camille gets to follow up for free, which is slightly annoying, or vice versa, which is also pretty devastating. You've also got the Vi Cassiopeia combination. And I think people have assumed that Vi needs a diving buddy. You need Nakali or what's something? Ari, great call. Exactly. Those champions that can join you on your grand journeys into the backline. There is another option. And that is say, well, if I'm on the same screen as you when Vi presses are, I can now put a miasma under you, and you will just never move. You have to sit there forever, and there's nothing you can do about it. And so that Cassiopeia Vi combo in that sense is also really, really dangerous.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of dangerous things, Shen banned away that global presence, that big shield to save those teammates, and the taunt as well. That flash engage that we see from Carrier so often, so strong, so powerful, and demands respect here. We've also seen Broken Blade play it very, very effectively. And there's that Nautilus ban that we were talking about earlier. If you're going to ban Leona, obviously Nautilus stays up, but no one has picked it. So I like this ban. It's going to prevent LYON from being able to pick that one up, get that long range engage into the...
All right, Shen Nautilus, but then I was going to play Alibaba, bro.
It could very well be in the mid.
I think Alistar is going to go crazy. How many games are there? This is the last best of 3 we're watching today.
Well, exactly.
Then I'm going to sleep, bro. Like, I am exhausted.
Against Zest, who's been one of the... What I was hearing from a lot of the CBLOL English guy, shout out to Trajan again, who was giving me a lot of info on the back end of this. But Zest's been one of those really exciting newer players alongside Duduhh in that bot lane. Potential just Vayne lock in here. In fact, that is in. And again, Vayne has been banned a lot in the second phase. And as a result, they just go, all right then, LYON, what have you got?
Yeah, but interestingly, obviously, LYON, they have Jayce. So
Vayne into Jayce.
Ranged matchup in the top side.
But Vayne into Nocturne.
Like Vayne's,
and you don't ban Isles Alistar, bro? They don't know ball.
Against Malay top laners.
Yeah.
It will be mitigated here because Jayce can offset that. So I kind of like the call here, but we also see the hover of Alistar able to peel so effectively, but also engage. I see a strong engage tool coming out of LYON here.
I've got an angle here. I wonder whether Feisty looks at the Silas. You're seeing Alistar, you're seeing Nocturne, you're seeing Ziggs ult. The Alistar and the Nocturne in particular, I think, feel real good. It might not be a bad angle to flex that cast bot.
Not to mention, if you steal the Nocturne, you've got so much dive.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
Actually, with MIBR.LOS, grab that Paranoia, Vayne goes in, Silas goes in.
It's a competitive lane, I would say. Not super black and white, but I think the fact that MBR have the Camille support might find roam time is on to Jayce.
It could be really hard to.
If something goes wrong for Jayce, then Vayne wins, and it's hard for Jayce to actually pressure Vayne. So I would say that the
So you could look at the Syndra.
chances to win are higher for
Vayne.
Vayne.
Poke in that one. The Cassiopeia obviously can still go mid. There is a world where you throw something like a Taliyah down pot if you're really feeling it, and they will lock in the Taliyah. Could go mid, could go bot. If you're Viper, you throw it bot into the Camille. With the Camille on your team, now I think you just throw that Taliyah mid and just use it to follow the Nocturne. Have your own global
I think you
match.
pick Taliyah mid here because you want to play with Vayne and conquer the map.
There
you go.
So
MSI team's advantage or disadvantage this tournament?
Oh my god, we heard from Tyler
It depends entirely on the players.
Hot take.
How you
Any
react
guys,
to this
you're
short
the only one in the
turnaround
game
is
forced to play on
very
the archetype
individual.
adapt. It's time, guys. It's time. You got to learn to play other stuff, you know?
That's it.
I genuinely
Very,
do
very
wonder,
individual.
you know what? Maybe we can have a bit of a meta conversation.
All right.
If you nerf mages
Okay.
and buff AD carries,
Yep.
then AD carries just get played mid. And so they leave the mid lane.
Yep.
If you buff mages to deal with that, then they just go bot. I think we're hitting a point now in League of Legends, right, where a lot of players are good enough at the game to move champions out of their inverted commas intended roles and find success elsewhere.
Yeah.
Like if you buff AD carries to match, then you just get the Lucian mid meta back again.
Yeah.
You get the Tristana mid meta back again.
Well, a great example as well, Sentinel's Impact. He played Smolder in the top lane, right? He won that lane and they won that game. It's these creative picks. It's these.
Thank you for telling me that, by the way, because I've been here casting, so I've seen very little of what's happened on the A stream. So I'm a little ignorant on that front.
It's these innovations that these creative drafts bring that show the rest of the world that, hey, these picks can work. You should try them.
Yeah, and I think also with the fact that they have changed how mages deal damage to turrets, you don't need an AD carry to actually threaten a siege anymore. You get grubs, or you just get some AP, you just blast turrets.
Yeah.
Sure, maybe in the early game you don't have quite so much, but do you need that in the same way, especially with plates not falling off? Yeah.
But an important note to mention is that we are.
I think the outcome of the draft, in my opinion. Sorry, guys, I'm losing steam a little bit. I'm 9 hours deep into the stream.
So look, you don't want to lose, and if you win,
I
you
honestly
get another shot tomorrow.
The path to the top of the mountain
don't
is
mind either draft, to be honest.
the broken dreams of your opponents. At the end of the day, only one key will
honestly,
fit that
if I had to
final
pick,
lock in the trophy.
if I had to pick, I would probably take red side.
You're just paving stones,
I do
aren't
think
you?
the Lions should be the better team,
we
right?
called it
So
Boulevard of Broken Keys. That was my little addition to year one back in the day. Feisty is about to have a four-man collapse on his head, and that is not a great space for a Taliyah. So we're starting off strong. He doesn't flash. He's a bolder man than I.
Yeah, with 4 into 1 there, 3 obviously following up. He just walks it off. Saint potentially not done, maybe trying to prevent this recall, but yeah, holding Nerves of Steel keeps that flash is fantastic. But ML not done.
That's an Ignite-inspired flash is out, and sure, Vi at level 1 is not anywhere near the champion that a Nocturne is, but turns out the Camille can be. Isn't in lane, though.
Yeah, but 2v1 gets the Ignite, but importantly, Inspired now, no flash. That's really going to hamper his engaged potential, his ability
what
to
region
gank
MIBR is below?
So it might be a bit of a slower start coming out of him. He might want to keep farming until he hits
Dhokla
that
went
level
for
6
TP.
paranoia. So these early plays pay dividends 5 minutes down the road.
Let's see if
We
Duduhh
see
is
some skirmishing and a couple
or is
of
it
wards
Duduhh?
here and there. But in the early game, wards are just to get an understanding of where
What the hell did Isles just do?
Went to try and buffer through
Isles?
hook shot.
Isles?
Has to flash and
Isles!
first blood. Defends his jungle, turns up bot, level 1, doesn't matter, and Isles gets mind-gamed. He tries to pulverize the hook shot, fails it, dies.
Hook shot goes in again from Ackerman there, but
Isles!
Camille, we've been saying you got those
Jeez, we
nodes,
don't even get the
using
replay all the way back.
again, and he's already showing it here. That mid-lane sort of jungle
Disney
presence,
on Isles.
straight to bot has immediate impact as a skirmish breaks
Hey,
out in
yo.
the lane here.
Hey, yo.
Saint not having a lot of fun there again. Has just come off a phenomenal MSI showing. Took down
Honestly,
Jayce,
bro, send
half
all
a
the
game
Western
away
teams
from taking
to
out
Dagestan.
Italy in the lower bracket.
One phone call
gets a bit spicy.
every
Out comes
6
the
months.
exhaust. Dhokla in danger, and again, one of the problems that Jayce runs into is eventually
Tumble,
the
auto.
DPS check goes Vayne's way.
Eventually, it's happening now. This is only level 3. We've still got 25-30 minutes of the game. If Zesty is able to keep this up against
Dagestan.
Dhokla, that's not
2-3
good,
season,
but
forget.
It's only early. We're 2.5 minutes into the game. We
Forget,
can't get carried
man.
away just yet. Because 2
What
minutes
on
until the
earth
first Drake
is
of the
happening on
game.
our screen?
I'm loving what I'm seeing. This is MIBR.LOS being proactive across the rift.
And again, they got, and I put this with a
Post on
big
X about
underline,
Owls being the best support at MSI.
Bold, demolished by Hammer Life Esports.
I have to
It
stop
was
the
not
temptation
close.
to jump
it was
out the
a
window.
19-minute stomp that I'm not sure we could put on before 9 p.m. in the UK. Like that is a post-watershed game. It was real nasty stuff.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you got to take those L's to get the W's a little later on down the road, right? You're in the lower bracket. You can, I dare say, more easily win when you're in that situation. So it's up to MIBR.LOS here to make the most of this best-of-3 situation. Feisty already sort of aggressing forward into Saint. And we take a look at those summoners, right? There's only 2 flashes left on the side of LYON, whereas MIBR.LOS, they've still got at least 3 up. So they have that summoner advantage, and they've got the aggression to match. We do see a roam from Isles, though, maybe looking to make the play happen, but Ackerman has responded. This is getting tense.
Curse here as well.
Will be spotted on a ward, but yeah, as you say, Curse in the area. It's 3v2.
Oh, this is tricky. Zest pulls away.
LYON is just dead, bro. They're getting double killed, bro. Isles is getting dribbled, bro. Isles is getting dribbled.
The Jayce is looking like the man.
Why is he not cancelling any of these Camille spells?
Love that so much. My goodness. Isles obviously started to cook that Hex Flash. He wanted to try and...
Isles should have been dead, by the way.
Turn this 2v3 around,
Camille
maybe
went
get something
overkill the
back,
Jayce.
But unfortunately, just not able to get it done here as we go back to this first...
Oh
Zest
my
retake.
lord.
Oh,
Oh my
God.
lord.
It's a 1-for-1.
1 for 1.
The burn from the Cassiopeia with the Deathfire touch and the poison means that Berserker can't get the kill clean. Both
It's gonna be the classic, right? It's
Yeah, really well.
gonna be the
played here.
classic.
MIBR.LOS, they find themselves up at 4-1.
It's gonna be the classic Brazil tragedy.
5 kills a minute. I feel like I'm
That was
back
gonna
playing
happen.
LCP. It's an absolute bloodbath, and I am here for it as we go back to check this one out. Oh, the satchel knocked Duduhh under the turret to get the damage, and as you said, the damage over time takes Berserker out.
And I think actually, because Duduhh said, I think I got the kill angle and flashes forward, Berserker's forced to respond or he just dies.
Yep.
Well,
Really well done there by both of them. Great 1-for-1 trade. So ultimately, it's burning summoners, it gets the kills, and we move on to the mid lane where Feisty and Saint, ooh, good flick from Feisty there. Definitely a great trade. Saint forced to pop that healing potion though.
I mean, Feisty was one of the few bright sparks against Age. He got a solo kill against Echo, which is no mean feat, right? That's good going. And again, well, yeah, exactly. That's a very polite way of putting it. Very non-Australian of you, in fact.
Crikey. Oh, though Curse has started up the first Drake of the game. It's, 50 seconds after it spawned, so still a very quick one. It's not on vision, though. That ward has been stifled, so obviously...
Oh, yeah. They're getting a Drake,
like
too.
The urgency. I like the priority from MIBR.LOS here.
I hope we get to hear some inspired
And
comms.
Look, LYON were and are a team very capable of dropping some kills in the early game. Duduhh just hit level 6 and maybe
Berserker's no
hold on
flash.
my
He
wider
dodged the Q,
points.
though.
Berserker's
Oh,
able to get
rather.
out there as the Petrifying Gaze. It's only really a slow, not
Rather,
full
I think the Q is just
petrification
bad
with
from
these
Duduhh.
Raptors. Ackerman here in a 1 versus 2 as a support. This is a very
Honestly,
bold
it's
Camille.
kind of cool to see an Ackerman play Camille, bro. Like,
Out comes the gravity field. Zest nearly down as well.
alright, that's the Vi ultimate. Inspire gets 6 off of that kill. 1 for 1 so far. Can they chase? Vayne can connect with Isles here. He doesn't flash.
A double kill to
Isles.
the Vayne. She's killing more than demons today.
Look, Ackerman went in, but Ackerman knew the team would show up. MIBR.LOS turned that one around.
Saint just got hit by the seismic shove, and
Saint's
now Curse
jet lag,
gets in
bro.
with the Vault
Like,
Breaker. It's going to have to
he's
be the
jet
flash
lag.
from Saint. And look, I was about to say LYON have been able to come back from
What I wanted to say is,
they got a game win
it's
against
kind of
ADC
nice that
from
the
7K
Ackerman is
down,
playing
but you
Camille,
still
bro. It's
don't
very
wanna see
fitting.
this Ackerman.
He
You
basically
think it's
has
too
the
far. He makes it work just about.
omnidirectional travel gear, you know, whatever it was called. Camille is basically Attack on Titan, bro.
Goes out from Inspired to try and stifle the play here, but it just was not enough. MIBR.LOS, 7.5 minutes in, 2K up. They are currently running the rift. We need to see
it's just the age conversation is always so poorly discussed.
And they got the Ziggs here as well.
I'll talk about it after
but I think what's going to see the
the
top
play.
Reset. Not necessarily know that anyone's in this bush. It's still Isles.
MBR.
Should just be the end of things, but with this still being the 2v2, they don't necessarily know. They've got to see Berserker.
Unironically, Ackerman is one of the best Camilles we've seen so far.
Be very quiet. The ambush predator, of course, the cow can't quite find what they're looking for.
One of the best Camille performances so far, bro. Very clean on Camille.
Patience from Isles, you know, commendable, but I think the lack of information, not seeing him, MIBR.LOS.
But most Camilles we've seen that are just ass.
Play before, and it did not work out. But MIBR.LOS, they're collapsing again. They're everywhere on the rift, and they do not want to let LYON get anything.
Final Outburst.
Alright,
gets
Isles.
knocked up, not quite knocked down. The gravity goes out. Isles has
Curse
to
is
flash
not
away,
ult.
and Spy getting a lot of damage.
No
The
Sun in the
Mega
Sky
Inferno
either.
bomb
Brazil
leaves
Tragedy is
Curse
commenting.
dead in the water. Saint keeps rolling. The Arcane Storm is there, and that
Saying
will
League
give
is a lot
LYON
less hands these days
TP committed
is
from Dhokla there as
a really
well,
bad
so they
take.
see him coming over the top.
Look.
They were already on the retreat, but any hopes of getting something
The age
back
conversation,
snuffed out
I
by
hear
that
the
extra
same
TP on
bad
the
takes
backside of
always.
things. So Inspired here,
Look,
getting onto those
first and
drives,
foremost,
trying to
when people
secure that
say,
jungle
look,
for
Faker is doing it
themselves.
still,
Next Drake up in 2
that is
against
not
LYON here, so
a
they
good
could,
indication
you know,
when you
find
use the
those
GOAT of the
stop
game as an
MIBR.LOS
example.
Drake stacking, but if MIBR.LOS get it,
But
that
you can make
starts
the
to get
argument
that
very
weird
easily
rolling.
without
It
using
really
the GOAT
does,
as an
and again,
example.
LYON, we've seen how
Basically,
good their
guys,
team fighting is. Their team fighting has genuinely
when it
been
comes
world-class. We
to
saw it last week at MMA.
age,
How
the
good
only
LYON
thing
in making
that
it as far as
matters,
they did.
the
Again,
only thing that
inches
matters
away from
is
not
what did you
LCK
do
out
in
of
your
the
years
top
leading
four.
up
It
to
would
your
have been
age.
with
If
multiple
someone told me
seasons,
I'm
they
going
would have
pro
been
in League of Legends for the first time I go pro in any in any PC game at the age of 24, I'm gonna say you're cooked. That's very different from someone that has a background in competing in PC games. Maybe they were high ranked their whole life, and then at the age of 24 they play. The same thing in tennis, the same thing in Formula 1, the same thing in chess. They lived and breathed the game and the sport that they're competing in their entire life. You have Alonso still driving. Yeah, because he's been driving his whole life. It's in his goddamn DNA. He's got the strongest neck on the entire, grid. It's the same thing with League. It's the same thing with any of these other games. And these like Djokovic and all these tennis goats, they picked up tennis at a very, very young age, and it's a very important detail of it. It's the same with the Formula 1 drivers. You see, you have pictures of them like driving buses at the age of 3, But I think that during your development process, you need to be challenged in these ways,
One of the issues of the Jayce into the Vayne is the shock blast is so
And then I think age doesn't matter. It's the same thing with fighting games, whatever,
Ackerman won't be caught in the river there.
It's just that it's very, very hard to turn pro in something for the first time ever at a late age. But, for example, Rich was insane in Heroes of the Storm. He's the Faker of Heroes of the Storm. And then he went over to League. Yeah, because it's like, your body and your mind is conditioned to learn, and your mind has really developed those pathways, in a very different way. Okay. Like we're on our way to a Brazil tragedy unless Zest really locks in and carries. What about Deontay Wilder starting boxing at 21? I'm sure there's many outliers. That's not the norm, right? That's really not the norm. And Deontay Wilder is also not very technical as a boxer, right? He has punching power, right? At least that's my understanding. He has punching power. He's not super technical. like my understanding, someone like a Floyd Mayweather or you know, or the Gypsy King are far more technical than a Deontay Wilder.
That starts making a big difference in those points and that eligibility for all of those additional points and prizes. But on the Vayne is in a position to carry. Got the Hexblade. That means between that and the Flash and the Ghost, your ability to run a sideline is very high. And Duduhh, another one of those stars, finding that opportunity, just sprint a Dhokla, who had to pop that Ghost Blade and get away from the Cassiopeia. Because if you hit that Q on the Cassio, you become real quick.
We can check out the Furia.
Is actually something to be noted. Is absolutely willing to go under these turrets. As you look at this vision control line that Ackerman has placed in the bot side jungle of LYON. They keep doing this. They keep wanting to.
Yeah, I'm sure there's outliers, because
they do not want Inspired in the area. Let rip with that paranoia and take down whomsoever is in the bot side for MIBR.LOS. As we do see Curse.
All right, Camille is getting engaged on. Maybe this is the best fight possible for MBR, but they're also splitting. They're also splitting. Just hit things together. Curse actually kills one. They commit all the way on a Camille, guys. That is disturbing. LYON. They just commit everything they have on a Camille and funnel themselves through a little hole. What I think about this draft? You want to know my take? Zest kills. Ooh, he doesn't have vision in the bushes. Too dangerous. Oh, yo, he got goombad. Dhokla. Yo. Look, they're committing all the way to Camille. We instantly saw that it's a good fight. How can Saint participate? They commit all the way to Camille. She bought so much time because she's tanky. She's buying ruby crystals. She ulted. Nocturne just dies. Like, how does Berserker participate? How on earth does Viktor participate? How does anybody participate, mate? It's impossible. Someone asked me to comment on draft. Furia versus D+. I will tell you the truth, you know. I hate both drafts. I think both drafts are awful. I think that blue side gets outscaled on Mercs, but at least red side, they have a 3v3 mid-jungle support that is really strong, and they should dominate the whole game. Like, Lee Sin, Ahri, and Camille should just run the whole map. So I think D+ is better off. But my god.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Viktor Camille bot? Bro, that lane is Viktor stays bot and Camille leaves.
Just spawned at the 15-minute mark, but MIBR.LOS, they're keen for more, right? They're working as a unit. This feels like one of the most cohesive teams I have seen so far today.
Viktor ADC sounds like a good time, honestly.
Just together, it's never one of them.
And the irony is, of course, that we saw that on the other side, where they lost a 5v3 to HLE. Like, it's night and day, and right now LYON find themselves in a tricky position. Again, it's still only 2,000 gold different, and LYON have been more than capable of coming back from deficits over the last while.
But importantly, MIBR.LOS were up 2k. LYON started to claw that gold lead back, and MIBR.LOS are now back up to 2.6.
Bro, what did Dhokla do, bro? Did he just, like, try to Q flash?
Dhokla versus Zest. Zest with the exhaust, right? Vayne with exhaust is so oppressive, and here, Zest immediately condemns, pushes Dhokla away so he cannot melee
crazy.
to death.
I don't even know if Dhokla like can kill if you just ease after seeing the flash, you know.
Now Dokes is 1-3, not having a great showing of it so far. Berserker at 3-2 in a little bit of a better
spot. Alright, Vayne. Can you carry Vayne?
Again, we are still going to have
you gotta
with the Viktor, with the Ziggs. Again, you'll hit a point where you'll
outplay the Nocturne, and then your champion is Goomba 1v9, bro. I think this Vayne buys some MR. I think she's piss chilling.
I don't think side lanes are ever winnable. Like, theoretically, the Nocturne is a real problem for the Vayne.
Yeah,
if the Vayne is 6-0, that's a different question, right?
We do take a look at those damage charts, though, and look, Berserker putting in the work, but look at the top 5.
Yeah.
4 of them are MIBR.LOS. They are putting in the work. They are doing the damage. But I wanted to call out, Ackerman actually took a recall to refresh those wards and is now out there. Oh, Inspired goes in.
The Vayne might be able to win a 1v2. The Taliyah is a different matter
entirely,
and a good shutdown going the way of Saint.
This is
Big
good.
kill.
Yeah, this is a good play coming out from LYON. They need to be able to get some kills across this rift, find their way back into this game. They've cut the gold deficit by about 1,000, and now the next Drake is up in 15 seconds. MIBR.LOS, if they get this, will be on sole point. So I have to imagine LYON want to make a play around this, but there's no vision around the pit for either team. Yeah, there's some around the backside, but none in it. So neither of these teams will know
Who's
who
winning?
starts it up.
Well, this game state is entirely dependent on how good the Vayne player will be. Casey did win, MCoy lost. MCoy lost against GAM for the second time, bro. They are just getting farmed by Vietnam.
Didn't hear it, guys. I'll say it again, you know.
Run it back, run it back. But MIBR.LOS, they're moving in, they have priority on this Drake. They're getting that vision control down. Feisty working to keep Isles out. Inspired, get some poke on the Feisty. It's getting close.
Doesn't have the ult, didn't want to burn the flash, so it just turns into a little bit of Safari League of Legends. You come to look at the wildlife but not really interact with it.
I kind of like this play though, right? LYON, they acknowledge it is only the third Drake. They don't have to all or nothing on the third Drake of the game. MIBR.LOS,
well,
they are on a 5-minute timer.
sole point.
It will force LYON to respond, but what
sole point.
It buys LYON 5 minutes, so to speak, right?
Yep.
They get more time to scale. They get more time to farm because Viktor is at 70 stacks right now. If he's able to get a few more, he could really do some damage.
LYON looks so bad.
And we take a look at those turrets. There's only one each across the rift. They've got the top side of MIBR.LOS, and MIBR.LOS has the bot side of LYON. So the map's not... Oh, Inspired goes in.
They're trying to make this play happen again. The Vayne is not that
Ooh,
easy.
Inspired didn't W the
Spell
tumble.
shield, the condemn, and Zest gets
We've gotten
out.
some sums out here from Zest.
It's as easy as that. You mistime that spell shield, it expires, condemn comes out, and there's
Spider's
no way
jet
you
lag.
can follow up on that. So I really like Zest there. Feeling comfortable, feeling confident, and you would be when you have 1,500 of the gold lead on you alone. He is
You are the gold
literally
lead.
the gold lead. He's 6
Oh!
and 1 with 2 completed items, including that essence ring.
I have no idea what
Damage
nameplates
coming
are
through.
cooked.
The mana just endless.
Ackerman with the lead classic, throws out the hook shot, entirely misses the wall, throws up the emote to go okay. You know, we've all been there. Slightly less mechanically proficient on that one. He's had a good game on the whole on this Camille, so I'll forgive him that one. Got ourselves 30 seconds till Baron. I don't think we're going to see that one on spawn necessarily. Oh, he's really due to turn towards that dragon in 3.5 minutes because you give up Mountain Soul and suddenly again the Nocturne jumping on this Vayne, it's just going to become near enough an impossibility.
Absolutely, but MIBR.LOS looking to make the play here. Isles snips it out, suspects something is up. But with that Oracle lens, Zest goes in.
Jokes. That's a rough time. The exhaust is in, and the final hour is there. Oh, Dhokla, you go to the skies. The problem is you're going to have to go down into the dirt. Zest flashes
At least
out.
Vayne used
There is
sums.
no Nocturne nearby.
Vayne will not have flash for the dragon.
7-0-1. Vayne is the zest of life.
We do love it when it gets a little bit zesty, and Zest is...
We love it when it gets a little bit zesty.
Dhokla is the target of MIBR.LOS's aggression here, is 4 out of the 12 kills. He's
Zestify the rift right now.
He's gone over to MIBR.LOS right now. It is a rough place to be. He's trying to stay in touch of the CS differential.
Nah, these some of the names are too funny. When they are put next to the other names like Dhokla, it's just inspired curse. It's too funny, bro. That's too hilarious. It's too it's too funny.
Down the Taliyah wall to deny the angle in, and the Herald gets
his license away. Now, I cannot believe he crashed into that wall. Is this inspired? Because that was not inspirational.
Officer Logan has decided to pass out the fine there. You are being removed of the license. Sorry about that one. Not my call. What can I say?
That's it. That's it. I mean, if you drove like that in Australia, we'd be like, where did you get your license from, mate? A box of Kellogg's Fruit Loops? Because, my goodness, that one, you need that taken away. MIBR.LOS, though.
I missed what happened to the Herald. I was posting a tweet. I'm sorry, guys.
We're 22 minutes in. Yeah, they're 2k up, right? And at 22 minutes, not the biggest lead in the world. And it is all on Zest, which tells me, oh
boy. Good stopwatch. The arm guard broken. The
all right, Dhokla bounces back. Owls with the combo. Ooh. Oh, they all live.
So close, but unable to find what they're looking for. Ackerman back in with the
oh shit!
On the other side, Duduhh left alone in the 1 versus
Saint.
4, and the Cassiopeia.
Cassio challenge for no reason here.
What a fight.
It's not good.
Was massive. The moment that fight engaged, 4 TPs were ripped and committed to this one. It almost felt like an all or nothing, and that only one person died out of that is spectacular. Every single summoner, though, across the rift here burnt, except, actually, all of MIBR.LOS's were burnt.
Yeah.
You look at LYON, they are happy where they're sitting.
And you now look at the gold lead, and it's not really a gold lead anymore, not for 22 minutes in the game. You look at the fact that all those flashes are available for people like an Alistar, for people like a Nocturne, and you go, you know what, this soul fight might be a tricky one for MIBR.LOS.
And the thing is, I was about to say it as well, right? Yes, you've got Zest with all of the gold, but the rest of LYON is...
I think there's opportunities in analytics for sure. It's unexplored, but there's too many variables in data. I think for itemization, I think Expo has done a great job. It's a very, very interesting formula on how he calculates how strong items are. I think that's super interesting. I'm sure there's like a lot of draft optimization too that you can do. I've seen tools that do that already. It's definitely unexplored territory, but I also understand the difficulty of it. There's so many different variables.
He's hitting a little harder now as well. The poke, the zone control is so problematic. Sure, you can full send with the vibe, but it is likely a one-way trip. Inspired, zones of Ackerman, and this dragon is going to be LYON's no contest.
Yeah, look, I like this call from MIBR.LOS. They gave it a chance. They tried to get some wards down, but LYON were just better. They were able to protect their wards and get rid of MIBR.LOS. MIBR.LOS respecting that they cannot afford to lose everything here in this Drake fight. I really like this call. It's intelligent.
Ziggs is very high priority for everybody.
We'll get the next one.
This is really good scaling, very, very strong lane equalizer, allows your support to roam, allows you to pick supports that are very good in 3v3s. That's how Ziggs connects to the game, you know. Very hard to break towers, he can ult the wave to one-shot it almost always. Like the best wave clear tools in the game right there, bro.
He's also managed to build himself quite the lead of his own, picked up a shutdown or two. Doing well in terms of the kill count in general, and again, you are into a comp that you do heavily outrange. If you can just sit there in the river first and just throw out poke after poke after poke, if you can find this red side Baron from
this is
MIBR.LOS,
game
they
one,
are
yeah.
trapped in that pit, caught in the
Right, Zest.
ready for a mega
It's your
inferno
moment.
bomb. It can be a very bad time indeed.
Will you be able...
Anytime you ever get Mega Inferno bombed, it's a bad time.
Will you be able to do
I
it?
don't want to get Mega Inferno bombed, and I'm certain.
I feel like it would be a very strange human who wanted to be a mega inferno bomb. Like, they go, what is wrong with you?
Yes, I like being incinerated. Thank you very much. But we do get back to the action here, right? A quick little recap, if we will. MIBR.LOS, 3 Drakes, 0 Grubs, 1 Tower.
And the fact that game is being even and everything is slowing down, I just think that ML is going to be losing, guys.
Mid lane turrets are still up at the 25th minute of this game, Initialise, which is just absolutely wild. And all of these items coming through. Zhonya's on Saint. We saw him use it earlier, so he's very difficult to kill. Berserker just picked up that arm guard as well. So protection items, luxury items almost, are starting to come through for these teams.
And look, the wave clear for LYON is both safe and extensive. You have got a Viktor, you have got a Ziggs, you've got a Jayce. Hell, even the Nocturne with the Q is a nice little addition. Looking to potentially invade onto this red buff and decide the better of it, but still it has meant that for all you've got this very fed Vayne. Vayne and her ability to hit a turret is somewhat limited, actually. She's not got the best wave clear. She's got a great dueling power. But again, if you can't just clear the wave, then she goes, well, that sucks, and just has to wait again.
Like, oh, all right then, I'll step back and wait, shall I? But does have amazing 1v1 potential, as unfortunately Dhokla is loaning up in that top side. A lot of pings coming down. Saint from behind here.
That's quite deep, but has got...
Alright, hourglass value, but Vayne is going to pop off here. There's nothing to pressure here. Isles gets bonked.
Goes in, can't quite get the kill, and everyone walks away. Slightly worse for wear, but alive.
We do see Ackerman, though, having to run away, was trying to come up and help out. I mean, I was confused by that play at first. Saint revealing himself. He mustn't have had vision of all three. Thought maybe 1v2.
Ackerman goes in, gets that.
Dhokla flashes. Ackerman is very deep, but he did his job. He already got the flash out. I think Emma wants to walk away here. They really don't want to fight. They don't have ults.
Gets out alive, but a couple ults burned and a TP or two.
Yeah, look, it was very, very
Oh, no, this Vayne is a menace, bro.
Where 4 TPs were immediately committed and everyone was there, and it's so scrappy. They're just skirmishing everywhere, every possible moment. Right now, if you win a fight, you get the Baron.
I have to say, you know, the way Berserker and Saint are itemizing, they haven't scaled super much. They're just doing that to deny Vi ult, but Vi can just ult Nocturne or Jayce and it's no problem.
Wait. We go again.
No Hourglass. Bro, that's Nash, by the way. That's Nash.
There is a minefield put down, and the Alistar survives, but you get the kill.
It's looking very good for the Brazilian brothers.
And he's like, I'm gonna bait you. I'll crack my stopwatch. But MIBR.LOS knows you don't have a stopwatch, so we're gonna go you again. They get the numbers advantage and they turn it into the Baron, which is what we were just talking about.
Feisty needs to put his E down. He flashes to his teammates, but Nash will kill him. Nash will kill him. Oh!
Feisty at the very least is the one that stays up for now.
All importantly, Zest.
I feel like the casters didn't realize, bro.
Ackerman is the one who ends up securing the kill onto Dhokla. But again, it's MIBR.LOS coming out with more.
That's it, and that's the story of this game. MIBR.LOS is just coming out with more every single time. They're incremental gains. They're back up to nearly 3.
Crazy that a bot laner is so damn high level, bro. Absolutely crazy. Ackerman has lane top way more than he lane around the Cassio.
To get the soul, and obviously without vision, LYON won't be able to do much as we go into.
Can we win Yamato? Bro, this game is looking great, Matheus.
Inspired goes in. Immediate turn from MIBR.LOS.
This game is looking great, bro.
Win the team fight and win it convincingly. They do. Duduhh on this Cassiopeia knows his limits. He knows he's faster than Dhokla as well. Dhokla does an amazing amount of damage, but you're not in a 1v1. You're in a 1v3, mate.
We're back to live, and Dragons here. This will be soul again for MIBR.LOS. This has to be a one smite fight by Inspired. Look at Ackerman on a
big one.
Angle. Berserker potentially at risk. Goes in,
they turn. Let's see the Cassio. They're just bonking away. Vi just ulted Alistar.
But the turnaround is potentially better. So he does that jungler. The other side, Dokes goes down as well. Dragon secured.
That's a nice Taliyah wall, bro.
And this fight gets spicy.
Spide's got no flash, I believe. Ooh. The rocket belt into laser. The Hourglass. Not sure why we did it like that. Oh, he walked into a Hextech explosive.
And MIBR.LOS have to start backing away. They lose the dragon, but get more kills.
Yeah, they lose that dragon, so it's another 5 minutes as we reach the half an hour mark. We're at 29 kills in 30 minutes, nearly 1 kill a minute, and it looks there to be...
Don't tell me we have another...
Right? So
do we have another fucking... Do we have another tragedy on our hands?
Back out onto the rift, lickety split. Baron still on the rift as we do go to this replay around this Drake. So this was the all-important Drake for MIBR.LOS, right? Because LYON, they keep...
I think they just have to wall earlier probably with Taliyah already now. Imagine you wall now to cut the Drake off and to cut it off. Curse just queuing through here was really troll. That Curse queue was so troll. Isles ulted so late.
They pull the trigger first. They go, you can paranoia, but we'll kill you. They take them out, they get the Drake, but then, as you said, they're stuck in that pit, and MIBR.LOS has more members. You see the wraparound coming. They're coming from every direction.
Ooh, actually, you're right. He did the Hourglass the Condemn. That's insane.
Oh, Feisty. That one is an unforced error. He just walks into one mindful and Berserker goes, well,
right, yes.
I'll take that one to the bank. But LYON, they played it well. They bought themselves
that's ugly,
another
bro.
5 minutes after that Drake was failed to be capitalized on by MIBR.LOS.
2 Mountain Dragons. Not necessarily the best thing into a Vayne ever, who doesn't really care about
Berserker's so fed now.
Or a thing.
Berserker can one-shot everybody. I really don't like that Mr. Zest is not buying MR, bro. If he bought MR this game, if he just had a more Mortis, he would be Thanos.
0 and 1.
But now he can actually die, bro.
LYON are within touching distance of the goal. They've denied Soul. The scaling is good and the Vayne phenomenal in the side lane. Always the simplest to execute.
Excuse me.
And here's the thing though, this Vayne, because it was picked the top lane, will get to level 20.
Yeah.
That is a scary, scary.
Bro's going Infinity Edge, bro. Like, don't need more damage, man. Stay alive.
Isles tries to buffer his way through. Good buffer there with the unbreakable will. The body, again, I'll say it, a little more breakable. Curse gets chunked, but not taken too low. Baron still up, and MIBR.LOS might be looking for it. The reset on Vision. Saints in danger. Hookshot wide. Now Ackerman might be a little deep. The paranoia is blocked. Ackerman flashes away, but that might mean that Spire's gone quite deep as well. The double flick back with the seismic shot.
Alright. The Ziggs does so much damage.
Is a little deep himself. There's no damage from MIBR.LOS.
Okay.
Get away with it.
Without Vayne, Vayne and Cassio as the DPS here. Dhokla. Dhokla. Nice proto belt. Is it nice? I'm not so sure. Jesus Christ.
What an extended fight. So many engages, disengages, and re-engages.
I'm really rooting for Brazil to win this game, bro.
Out of the jungle.
They deserve it. Come on, man.
Dhokla there,
they deserve it, bro.
Out of vision, so they weren't able to finish him off. So I really did like that heads-up play. But LYON, they have the advantage in health bars right now, and they're turning this into some mid-lane pressure. There it goes. Ziggs, the #1 destroyer of turrets in League of Legends.
He's got a Medjayce. He's got a 6-page Medjayce because Berserker is feeling it. Saint as well, the Hex core is fully stacked. He's at 3.5 items himself, and it just begins to feel that MIBR.LOS, for all the early game successes, are struggling to find that killer blow, the thing to put this game to bed.
Let's be real. You say MIBR.LOS successes, I say Zest successes. 11-0-1, 4.2k gold. But LYON is still up in the jungle, in the mid lane, and in that important APC role. Because I'm going to have to call it an APC role.
Zest is buying IE, bro. He's so greedy, bro.
We have double mages in that bot side. So it's the story of, can I 1v5 here with Zest? And I mean, it's looking like he can with that scoreline.
Shout out to Papa Smithy, as you'll find it's an awesome dude carry from back in 2018. And indeed, with the death cap in there as well, Berserker is certainly not tickling. And that, as Logan points out to me, is an Infinity Edge completed for Zest. 10 seconds until the dragon.
And that is
ungodly greasy from Zest, bro.
10 seconds before a Drake.
Let's see.
You are ready and raring to go. The damage is
I don't know, just one Ziggs bomb takes him out of the fight, you know.
Have to answer Zest as ML.
Alright, they're ignoring the Drake. They're sending it on the Nash. Send it, brother! Brother!
Which objective you want to contest. There's no wards, but they don't need them because
what do you mean you respect it? It's like saying you respect it. It's like, oh, he's on a motorbike without a helmet because he knows he needs to drive well to not crash. That's what are you talking about?
Having to respect the potential from Dhokla, and they've started up the Baron.
LYON got pushed by Fury at MSI the first 2 games.
Could have started Nasher ages ago, bro. Finally they go. Will Ziggs try to ult this to steal it?
The Weaver's wall comes down and denies LYON any ingress at all, and that's very simply done.
Just watch and learn, bro. You 1v9. Shut up, please. I'm 9 hours deep.
Sprint to that Drake, whereas now it feels like MIBR.LOS can actually contest this Drake take.
I don't know, LYON didn't do Drake this entire time. I actually just don't know what's happening, bro. I don't know what's happening in this game, bro.
They're just going to run straight down mid with the wave and say, yeah, right, you can get that dragon.
I have no idea what's going on. The last 2 minutes, don't understand. Baron, they didn't hit Baron for sort of 30 seconds when it could have killed it 3 times. Then when they finally did, like, LYON didn't even go into position, didn't even do Drake. I have no idea. Oh, we are going to LCS Drake.
But both teams now on Soul Point, right? We were looking at a situation where LYON had nothing, but over the last 15 minutes, they've been able to take each one of these Drakes, slowing
Oh, you have to have actually good macro to leverage Nash, so let's see it. Inspired?
Oh, yeah, but there's 1v3 Inspired? What are we doing? The cease and desist and the GA
Inspired?
is surely tries to take Zest with him, can't get it.
Inspired, what are you doing?
And this poor Nocturne is sleeping.
Alright, they got the bot wave. Maybe Viktor can get top wave.
As well. That means this Nocturne is going to be very squishy, very susceptible to dying for the next few minutes until that one comes back up.
Bro is still, he's buying Phantom Dancer, bro, or Rapid Fire Cannon. Like, what a madman! What a madman!
On the other side, though, Saint working towards that Rabadon's death cap as well as Berserker. There's so much AP damage coming out of LYON, and there's just next to no MR on the side of MIBR.LOS. So it's who
flashes, looks for the kill. Saint in danger, tries to put something down. There's an Arcade Storm, but it's nothing before the might of Zest, who is 13.
Double some views for Zest.
Lucky only for LYON.
Zest is the difference maker here for MIBR.LOS. Able to take out that 1v1 quickly, cleanly, clinically. Gets the ult.
They're doing it.
Saint. Gets to stop the arm guard, stopwatch out of Saint as well. Those are long cooldowns. All the defenses are down. MIBR.LOS is sieging the base.
And he just gets to TP and join the rest
England
of the
or
team.
Argentina? I don't care too much. I think Spain's gonna win.
You're in danger of losing this one, make no mistake.
Yeah, the TP being committed, as you say, it's going to be that 5v4. Saint, another 30 seconds on the timer here as they siege up. They've got 2 of the inhibitors now as well, so they will soon have...
What a chat game from Zest, bro.
They have to answer here and now.
The highs of MSI might be matched by some lows at EUWC. LYON
holy. Oh, will Vayne actually die? Vayne doesn't die! Holy Zest!
Dare I say, convincing Zest.
Wow, bro, the West is getting farmed today, bro. Well, Zest played so good.
That game. Without Zest, that could have been a very, very different